Hello, welcome to The Loop, presented by Midwich. I'm your host, Joe Dunbar. Thank you all for joining me today. It'll be a quick episode, as we usually try to do. It's been a crazy couple weeks. We just had our Tech Connect event in Boston, Massachusetts last week, so shout out to our marketing team for putting that together, and the event went off so well without a hitch. It was really great. We had nearly 40 vendors there with the latest and greatest setup and all their gear, and quite a few partners came out to check it out. So just thanks to everybody who came out. If you missed it, there are some video clips. We did a live AV exchange as well, so check our YouTube page and you can definitely find some of the content from that. I got a couple of quick updates and then we'll jump into an interview with my buddy George Seruset from Midwich's Plus Services team, and we'll just have a little chat about our budding Plus Services offering. And before we get into that, I have two big product updates for y'all. So one is Epiphan has recently launched their EC20, which is a PTZ camera, 4K 60 PTZ camera, and two of my favorite things about this, and I'm glad to see Epiphan getting in this game. At first I was like, man, there's a lot of camera solutions out there already, like this is a big step for them, but after seeing it in action and hearing a bit about it, I'm learning that like they've got some good differentiators. So two of my favorite things about it are ease of deployment with Epiphan solutions. It's essentially plug and play. If you've got an Epiphan Pearl or something like that, it's really easy to get it up off the ground, get the system running, and those two pieces of equipment talk to each other natively. The second thing is the AI auto tracking, and I know, Joe, there's a bunch of PTZ cameras on the market already, and they all have types of auto tracking or framing or this and that. I get it. I know. I've seen a lot of them. We have the distinct pleasure of carrying quite a few camera lines, and a lot of them have great AI tracking. However, I will say that I think in the bit that I've seen from the Epiphan team in the EC20, it does seem to shine above the rest. It's a bit more customizable than I see from a lot of other folks, and the capabilities, the tracking is really like it'll stay on one person when other people enter the scene, and if that one person leaves the scene and comes back, like it'll pick them back up so it remembers who it's following. It's super advanced. We're going to do an AV exchange episode with Epiphan in a couple weeks here on November 20th, so hit the link, register, join us for that, bring your questions, but definitely Epiphan getting into the PTZ world. It wasn't something I had on my bingo card this year, but man, I'm excited about it. It was a really cool product, and I was skeptical at first, but they made me a believer real quick. So join us on the AV Exchange on November 20th and check it out. Bring your questions. The other product drop I have for you guys is that Lightware has launched another product in the Taurus UCX lineup. If you're familiar with the HC40, then you'll be happy to see this one has a big sibling, the HC60. A little bit different I/O and higher resolution support. It supports 5K 21:9 resolution, so you can get into front row rooms. But yeah, check it out on the website. Take a look, see how it stacks up to the HC40, and see how it fills your needs. Now, we're going to jump into an interview with George Seruset from our Plus Services team. George and I chatted at our Tech Connect event in Boston last week. Our services offering has been growing for a while now. We continue to add to it and refine the services that we're offering. So there's still a lot of questions. We get a lot of common questions from our partners. What services do you offer? What does it look like? What are the details and things like that? So George and I are going to get into it from Boston. Stick around and check it out. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in to this episode of The Loop. We're here live at our Tech Connect event in Boston, Massachusetts. It's been a beautiful event. It's awesome. There's still a bunch of stuff going on behind us, but yeah. So I had to squeeze in our podcast episode this week to into all the travels and everything. And George, I have no idea when I'm going to shoot the intro and outro. Perfect. So I'll get it ready for you people. But the interview part, yeah, I was like, we got to do in Tech Connect. I've been wanting to do an interview with you about our Plus services. So start out, George. Tell the people who you are, what your job is here, and kind of what you do. Just a little something.
Yeah. So my name's George. I'm what's called the Associate Director of Services. And basically that means I assist our sales team on trying to basically get the good word out about what we do on the service side of things with Plus, and exactly what that means and how we can bring value to our integrated partners, but also even our manufacturers for that matter, about how we can go a bit above and beyond of just moving boxes, right? So
okay, that's your role, is to really be the evangelist, the champion for Plus services?
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know what our Plus services are,
sure,
we'll give them the elevator 30-second kind of here's
the
what
rundown.
It is.
Word. Yeah. Okay. So basically, the easiest way to think about it for me is to think about it kind of like Geek Squad, like with Best Buy, right? So it's like kind of a mini division or / company in and of itself. It's dedicated to only providing technical support, but also some custom services when it comes to things like programming and commissioning for manufacturers that we as Midwich distribute and sell.
Right, specifically.
Got it. Exactly. So we have a couple different service offerings in there, but it's meant to be kind of like a Swiss Army knife. The way I tell people is like, there's never a bad time to reach out to us. There's never a bad way to use us. It's meant to be super flexible and meant to be super catered to what the exact integrator needs at that time.
This is honestly, George, like probably one of the biggest obstacles I see when we talk about Plus services to our partners is that they need to understand, like, this isn't a catalog of a bunch of SKUs and like pick the thing that works for you. It's more like, tell us what you need. It will fit into one of these couple of buckets that we have in Plus services. Plus services has started kind of with one or two things, and we're expanding as we go. What services are we offering fully today? Let's start there.
Sure. Okay. I'd say the easiest one to start with is probably Protect Plus. So Protect Plus, it actually existed pre-Midwich, going back to Starin days, right? So
insurance.
Exactly. So it's coverage that's specific to equipment that you buy from Midwich. So the easiest example I always give is, like, let's say you have a conference room, you have a display at the front of the room, it goes down. Now you have to deal with the typical warranty RMA process.
Gotcha.
And, that, depending on the manufacturer, that could take weeks, months just to get a replacement on the room.
You can call us instead.
That's exactly what that's for. You call us, you have coverage on your display from us in the form of Protect Plus. To get advanced replacement out to you, that's the main thing, is that it's within one business day, a new device is on the road to you. As soon as you call us, give us basic info. Or we can even do technical support on a 24/5 kind of time frame. So I tell people too, you have that option during normal business hours, but projects do what projects do. You're going to be there past closing time, right? And you need someone right then and there all the time. And that's where you can leverage this, because we have now a global company that we can take advantage. We have offices in the UK or Australia. So that, hey, if you call us at closing time in the US, you're still going to get a hold of somebody with the same level of expertise that can help you out right then and there.
And at the very least, man, like, you and I both know what it's like to be on job sites with somebody maybe breathing down your back or whatever. Just being, even if you can't solve my problem in the immediate, being able to talk to somebody to know that here's what we're going to do, here are the steps we can take, I think that's worth quite a bit in itself. And I will say too, you pointed out, we do support our products, of course, and our manufacturers. So if you call during business hours and got a problem, Protect Plus or not, we're going to do what we can to help you out within reason.
Exactly.
But the buck does not stop with us in that situation.
Exactly.
Right. So if in Protect Plus, the buck stops with us. And now if you've got a problem on site, we have the authority to decide how to deal with it and take action on it. So that's a big differentiator.
Exactly. And what's cool about it too is that when you call us, you're not calling a call center. Right, you're calling guys and girls that like do this stuff day in and day out. Like, when people are not programming or commissioning systems, they're handling tech support questions, tech support tickets. So you're calling people who have actually seen all sorts of scenarios in the field, right?
Just knowing what it's like to be in the field, period, is worth a lot to me. When I'm talking to somebody on the phone who has had the same experiences, that's worth a lot to me.
Exactly.
They can sympathize to my situation.
Yeah, they're invested, right? They care about what you're going through, and because they've seen it before, they've most likely been through it. Man, it's huge.
Okay, so let's talk about the other kind of pillars of Plus and the Plus services. We talk about Protect Plus. From a hardware perspective, what else is on the table, the menu, so to speak? Yeah,
man. So we actually offer, I think I mentioned this a couple times, custom programming commissioning for QSys. So one of the things that we brought over as part of the acquisition, merger, whatever we want to call it, over the last 2 years or so, a company that I came from and a lot of the team came from is called the Farm AV. We were already doing custom QSys programming commissioning for years and years and years, because we had a good relationship with QSC because we were manufacturers up for them.
Right.
And we got hundreds of projects under our belt, and it's been really cool. It kept us really busy. And it's a little bit popular, which is cool. Got us noticed, right?
Yep.
And that's actually kind of what spurned this whole
partnership.
Exactly. Yeah. So we just brought that over to Midwich and just gave it different names. We call it now Code Plus. That's us programming code. It kind of says it all. And then Deploy Plus, that's us deploying the code.
Commissioning, going on site.
Going on site or remote.
So commissioning or remote. And then we've got a couple other Plus services that we're working on launching. What's coming down the road that we can talk about?
I would say probably the most exciting one, for me at least, is probably Project Plus. So we already do something called Design Assist for free, just part of our tech support. It's basically specialized tech support. So a customer comes to us with a need, they say, hey, Joe or George, I have a classroom that needs AV. go.
Yep. That's what we do all day, every day.
All the time.
Right.
Yep. We use our line card. We pick devices that make sense and come up with a conceptual design that kind of makes sense from a Midwich perspective.
Right.
That said, we're not going to cover every base, right? We're not going to do a full bid spec for you. We're not going to cover HVAC or infrastructure needs or whatever the case may be. But we'll at least give you a starting point from
Right.
a Midwich perspective. So
You're
that's
going to
always
get a bomb
available.
from us.
Yeah. Which is always available to you for free.
Absolutely.
But Project Plus is going to go those extra steps, right? So if you need a full bid spec and you need full turnkey design support or design services, that's what Project,
Documentation, things like that.
the full package, yeah.
The whole works.
And
I'm
it's gonna
excited.
and it's gonna be custom contracted, just like our Code Plus and Deploy Plus, because we know every project's gonna be different. We're gonna have to talk through scope, make sure everything's fully understood when we set up a contract.
Right.
But once that's all good to go, then we'll set up a whole system design for you that's fully turnkey, ready to go.
George, we were just at the table talking with a good partner of ours. I won't call Ken out by name, but there's a lot of Kens. There's a lot of Kens, you guys.
Yeah, enough Kens.
I'm going to call Ken from it. No, I'm just kidding. We were just talking with Ken, and Ken was kind of talking about some of the services available to him.
Yeah.
And, I think one thing that's important to get out, we started on early, and I kind of want to wrap it up with.
Sure.
These things are not, again, things that you would pick off a menu or a SKU or something like that. So
No.
what do people need when they come to us? What would they need, maximum, minimum?
Oh man, minimum like 2 to 3 sentences.
So we just need a scope of understanding of what
Yeah.
you're trying to achieve.
Yeah, and honestly, like we'll ask questions, right?
Yep.
We know the questions to ask. We just say, just reach out. Is the easiest thing to do.
Right.
Just send us an email, and then we'll kind of guide what needs to happen next in terms of gathering info, discovery, whatever it may be.
Depending on where we are in the phase, could be in a lot of places.
Yeah, we tell people, even with just like a real rough like list of gear, we can give you a rough estimate of what it would take to program that.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, that's not going to include, it will include a little bit of buffer because
That's how it goes.
from pre-bid to post-bid, things change, right?
Yep.
So we both build in a little headroom there. And then beyond that, all we really need after that, once the project's a little further along, we just need a functional diagram. That's usually enough for us to give you a full document, a full contract for us to actually handle the programming commissioning stuff.
Awesome. So then we can kind of say, cool, this is what you need. Let us put something together. Now we can talk about money and what it's going to cost and what it looks like.
Exactly.
Awesome. George, are you on the LinkedIn?
I am on the LinkedIn.
All right.
I'm really terrible at it, but I'm certainly there.
It's funny. People say they see me all over LinkedIn because I get to do these things for Midwich, which is a dream. I mean, I love doing this type of work.
Yeah.
My personal LinkedIn, though, is lacking because I'm doing this all here. So I totally get it, is my point.
Do you have multiple LinkedIns?
I sort of, because I get to the Midwich LinkedIn and I got Joe's LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So Joe's LinkedIn is sleeping, but you guys can find my buddy George Seruset on LinkedIn. Certainly give us a call here at Midwich. George, I appreciate you taking time on a Tech Connect, bro, to sit down and talk with me about Plus services.
Yeah, man.
Something that we continue to be talking about. But like you said, it started as a thing and has continued to grow, and we appreciate customer input. And really,
always.
Opportunities to like refine what we're doing so that it suits our partners.
Definitely.
So if you've got something out there that you're working on, maybe you guys have the skill and the people, but you just don't have they don't have the time. Maybe they don't have the resources or something like that. We can help in a lot of those situations.
Yeah.
And hit it up, midwich.us, and you can check out our Plus services. That's the place to do it.
That's perfect.
Love it, George. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for having me, man.
All right, man. We'll see you guys.